What's up, family? You are tuned in to Real Labs. We're Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. It is Thursday night, and do not be surprised. I know you don't hear James John's voice, but James is out of town visiting his mama, and so I'm running the big chair tonight. Jeff Kaufman is also out from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn. He is our official sponsor. So do me a favor, guys. If you ever get in an accident or need some legal advice, check out Kaufman and Lynn. Or also check him out at the Under Oath podcast. That's our dog, but he's out chilling, man. But join the Verse Studio with my other comedy brothers. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the 8th Stream radio host, who was supposed to be a wrestler, but he got his ass beat. But he got the sexiest wrestler name of all time. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Teddy Vermont.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good. That also sounds like an R&B singer that is like, I wrote all the Otis Redding music. You know that? You know that?
Ain't nobody coming for you, Otis.
Yeah, his name ain't even Otis. It's Odell. He go by Otis because he thought it was cuter.
Hey, Teddy Vermont was in the movie Cadillac with Howlin' Wolf.
Yeah,
and the dude that played what's that thing? The harmonica.
Teddy Vermont's like, I'm the one who introduced the Temptations to that Jewish money. Right, I was rolling with the Jewish mob back then. I said, "Hey, the dude who looked like Adrian Brody, I got some boys for you." And then they said, "Hey, man, it's gonna be Teddy Vermont and the Temptations," and they left me out of the deal.
I was the last pip before there was a pip.
Yeah. Hey, they was the Shy Dogs. I'm the one named them Shy Lights.
Yeah. I have the original song I wrote the song. If you think you're lonely now, it's because I'm hitting your sister. And they were like, Teddy, they can't sing that. I said, wow, I just did it. Don't talk to me like that.
I was in the background. You whopping.
Hey, I told the OJs, I said, name yourself after that football player. He a good wholesome one. He wholesome.
He wholesome. I said, hey, I was in Gary, Indiana, playing a game of spades, and I said, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. What, Joe Jackson? Them kids of yours, you should get them singing. You know, and don't spare the rod. Don't spare the rod.
Hey man, that's
that one with the guitar. The one with the guitar, that was a good one.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. Yeah, right. Hey, you were totally wrong. Yeah, Tito, that's the star. He gonna be the star.
Latoya wholesome. I'm gonna tell you what, that's the wholesome one. You keep a Bible in her hand. That's a good one.
Oh, that other voice you hear, man, is my dog, man. The man who helped start this show, Mr. Miguel Colon Jr. What's up, my brother?
What's up, man? I always, like, we know some comics that have really made it big, friends of ours, and they're in like the opening stages of stardom, and even now, just talking like we were just talking about, like Otis Redding and all that. Even now, I'm privy to conversations that are just straight up lies from other comics. They were like, "Oh, I remember me and Preacher. Every show we did together, I'd be telling Preacher, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do," and I'm like, "You weren't there."
Yeah,
like, dog, I'm like, I was there, and I wasn't even I was just like, oh, that's a good joke. Ride your scooter home. I'm gonna try to be better. Like everybody got these stories about these dudes, and it's like, no, these dudes, they're Preacher Lawson, Cam Patterson, these dudes, Ben Brainer, these dudes are doing amazing, but everybody's got these stories about them, and it's not stories about them actually. It's stories about the person telling the story, interjecting themselves into something,
bro. Hey, for years I have people be like, you the one created Preacher. I says no. Preacher was funny. I just took him on the road and gave him opportunities to get better. Yeah, I said I ain't write a joke for him. I might have gave him a tag or two, but I said because comics would be like, hey, Ken, I want you, because I don't mentor. I'm done with that. Well, how did you help Preacher? I said Preacher was already funny. I just took him on the road and gave him that opportunity to get better. Number one. Number two, that boy would walk to Daytona to do stage time.
Yeah.
Preacher was a different monster, bro. That ain't something you can teach. You can't teach that type of hustle, bro. That nobody hustled like that kid did. He went to LA, failed, came home, got better, went back to LA. Now he famous. So people are always like, Ken, you was the one preacher. Now Preacher will tell you it was me, but I'm gonna tell y'all, Preacher Lawson was already funny. I just gave Preacher stage time and opportunities to get better. That's it.
I'll tell you this. Yeah. People ask me, they're like, you knew Cam Patterson, you knew Preacher, you knew them. They're like, when did you know they were going to be famous? I was like, when they got famous. I was just thinking about myself. Like, people don't get it. I'm like, I'm not going to lie and pretend I was this dude who was like, I was seeing Cam Patterson at one of the shows at Shotsky's, and I was like, damn, this kid's going to take over. I was like, man, he's funny. I'm funny too. Got to work on me. That's all I was thinking, So like the thing is, man, these dudes, they got opportunities from some people for the same way I got opportunities, same way you got opportunities. They did some amazing stuff with their opportunities. They hustled hard. There was luck involved, all of it. But I hear people talking now and they're like, oh man, I remember seeing Preacher and I said, that kid's going to be a huge star. And you know what? I remember seeing Preacher and be like, yo, he's funny. That dude's funny. But all of us were just grinding. All of us were grinding. So it's funny just to hear how many people are like, man, I always knew. And I'm like, I think I always wanted all of us to hit it.
No, what gets me,
there's some people right now. Go ahead, Christopher.
Well, what gets me is the people that's like all negative when it comes to these guys, and then when they make it, it's like, oh, I always knew, and they're always trying to like kiss ass, just trying to get on their spots. So it's like I remember when Ben was in the scene,
Ben
a lot
Brainerd,
of people, was giving Ben a lot of heat.
Yeah. Hated the kid. As soon as he got famous, everybody wanted a guest spot.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, I got a steak joke for you. I remember I used to tell Ben Brainerd because I remember during like a lot of the Black Lives Matters protests and stuff that was going on in Orlando. I remember telling Ben, because Ben was in the Army National Guard at the time.
Yeah.
He would post stuff about, hey, I was at this Black Lives Matter rally and, we need to step up and we need to make sure the community. And I was like, yo, bro, since you technically work for the government, you should show solidarity and burn your own car down. And I kept always messaging that. I was like, burn your car down, Ben. Show them your solidarity. And then I would always tell him I'm Team Jeff Wright. He was like, we're not against each other. I was like, my household.
Yeah.
Hey, in my household.
I would say this there's comedians that I actually thought were going to be famous that did make it.
Bro, there's
some comics I'm just like, man, that dude is going to be dude.
And then just random stuff happens.
Nah, they just became road comics, and it didn't pan out, or they couldn't go to LA, they didn't bank it on Kill Tony, or
it just didn't work for them, even though they had the talent and everything.
Yeah, it didn't work for them. What is the Miguel? You know who he is. What's his name?
Which one?
Black dude.
JB Ball.
Glasses, tall, one to Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Kenneth Miller.
Yeah. Everybody thought he was gonna be famous.
I'm gonna say this. Hey, we haven't really talked about this in a real moment, Ken. And this is something that I think the audience is. It was heartbreaking, Ken, because it was a series of unfortunate events. And bro, we were like, yo, here it is. Ken got it. And Steve was pumped about you. I mean, he made that video and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you angered God, and he sent COVID upon us.
Hey, what is this? Who was the king? Who was the king when he sent all the
plague?
The famine? Yeah.
Oh, that was Pharaoh.
Yeah, so he was Pharaoh. So I did something Pharaoh-ish to God, because he sent the plague, he sent COVID, he sent Donald Trump.
Yeah. He said Casey Anthony back now. He's like, Ken's doing good again.
Wife almost left me. My mama died. My daddy died. My son committed suicide. God, hey, man.
Hey, you Job. You Job.
Damn, Ken, you know what? You got yourself a country album.
Right? Right? Kid, you the book of Job. God.
Bro. God. And the crazy thing is, man, y'all don't understand. Excuse me. If Ken Miller would have got on, it would have been 8 comics on my show. I don't know how I was gonna pay all of y'all. and they would have all been. I would have never took a comedian from another city. It would have been nothing but old ass Orlando comics.
So what you don't know is you don't know is you actually have a sitcom that me and Mike Busey I always joke about Kent because I told him the whole story, and we were all rooting at the beginning and just COVID and everything. But if you guys don't know, Ken Miller won the Steve Harvey comedy competition. It was a nationwide competition, and Steve Harvey was pumped for him, and the world was getting ready to be introduced to Ken Miller. And then he sowed crops of two kinds next to each other or something, and God was like, "Yo, not in my house." And so it was stripped from him. COVID came and took it. But I joked about it all the time at Busey in the office because I just tell him about all the times I thought, here it is. I'm coming up too. So and so wants me to feature for him. I'm coming up. This is my homies blowing up. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. And it's not. And I'm gonna tell you this much: when it comes to homies blowing up, the fact is none of our homies have blown up to a point right now where they can drop everything and take care of anybody else. They have to focus on their careers.
Yeah,
they can take you on the road. They could take you on the road. They could do some things like that. Throw some money in your pocket, but they're not at the point where they're like, "I'm gonna introduce you to Jimmy Kimmel." They're they're working. They're working for their grind. But I joked around that we were gonna have a sitcom. It was called Miller Time, and Ken Miller just got out of the army after 20-some years in the army, and now he was working as a radio DJ, and it was at a gospel station. And so it was Miller Time. And I would always tell Mike, anytime I introduce him to a new comic, Busey, I would be like, that's so-and-so. On Miller Time, he's going to play Uncle Jerry. Comes on through. Got a problem with the hair on. Ken got to clean him up. I said, Ken's going to have nothing but cousins and uncles. I was like, and that's it. And then every now and then we would see like a good-looking white dude on TV who hadn't done movies for a while. I'm like, oh, the dude who played Pacey on Dawson's Creek, that's Ken's best friend, Jerry. Clean-cut white dude, lives next door.
Hey, the theme song, they just remake Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I shine a light on heaven's door.
Shine on me, shine on me. Yeah. Miller Time.
But now we do like I know we try to we talk a lot of comedy on this show, but man, because our community, Orlando just had and has some great talent, whether they moved on and just became role guys, they got a little notoriety, or they still here. Like me and Chris, we did Christy B's, man.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, dog. That is my favorite room on the planet now. I had to kick somebody out. We'll talk about that next show about comedy club etiquette. But Miguel, what'd you say, Chris? 35 people?
Yes. Like
it was maybe 35
easy
people,
45.
Maybe 45. And Chris killed. Killed. And it was one of them shows, bro. You know how it is, bro. When you killing, and you step outside yourself, you
just watching.
I'm pretty damn good at this.
Yeah, you just like, I'm doing it.
I'm pretty good. But then you also think like, but I ain't got nowhere with it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, that bothers you. But everybody that walked up out of there, anytime I headline, are always like, man, you should be famous. I said, yeah, but I had to beg y'all to buy tickets this weekend.
Yeah, y'all the ones who make me famous. Don't you get it?
Buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all the one who make me famous.
Yeah, man. So that being said, we got to take a commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk about the show because something happened at the show, and I had to explain something to you. I had to explain something to you guys, man. Like that, as a comedy fan, as a person coming to comedy shows, you got to understand how this works. So when we come back, man, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about our sponsors as well, man. But we got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Real Ass, Real Radio 104.1. Real Ass, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller and the Big Chair tonight. Guys, do us a favor. Go out to social media. Follow us on everything, man. And leave us messages. Shout out to Joshua, who left us a message on YouTube saying that he was going through a lot. And we brought some smiles and laughter to him and his family, man. And we do appreciate that, man. Also, if you're in an accident or need any law advice, make sure you check out our lawyer on our show, Jeff Kaufman, from the law offices of Kaufman and Lynn. Jeff Kaufman, make sure you check it out. And also check out the Under Oath podcast every Saturday. Jeff done had some dope ass people on, and make sure you go check that out. Our rumor is he got Memphis Bleak next week. Totally made that up, but listen anyway, yo. But we also got another sponsor, man, who had Sauce Money, yo. We used to call him Spaghetti Sauce Money. I swear to God. And we got another sponsor. Miguel, who our other sponsor, son?
Our other sponsor is the Ganja Garden. You can find them at theganjagarden.co. The Ganja Garden is a legal hemp cannabis online shop that offers a variety of high-quality products. The shop emphasizes natural and sustainable practices, providing customers with premium flowers, vapes, and extracts. With a focus on delivering a unique and tailored experience, the Ganja Garden offers an expansive selection of strains and related products, catering to both wholesale and retail recreational users. That's right. You can call the ganjagarden.co. You can go on their site and you can get recreational or medical cannabis delivered to you. Legal at the ganjagarden.co. No need to worry about dealing with any bootleg stuff. No need to worry about your dope man hanging out with you for 45 minutes. No need to worry about driving across town. They will deliver to you. All you have to go to is theganjagarden.co and tell them Real Laugh sent you.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Ganja Guard, man. So, Chris, I don't know what story you think I'm talking about. The crazy girl or the kick out?
The kick out.
Okay, so I'm in the back, Miguel, and I'm a preface this with this, people. If you listen to the show, the great comedian Patrice O'Neal said this: it is not the comedian's job, it is the audience job to police the show. And he says that because you put your money into this show and you want to have a good time. So you can't let some a-hole mess the night up for you. Cool. So Chris is up and Miguel, Chris killing, bro. I'm talking about like murdering, like
good job.
Applause break, killing. I come up and I'm 15 minutes in, and this dude is just talking, but he got the deep voice. And if you got a deep voice in a small room, it carries. So I stopped the show. I says, "Hey, my man, I got 35 minutes left. I just need you to be quiet and let me finish my time." He says, "Well, say something funny."
Kid was like, "No, you gotta go."
Yeah,
just right after.
Now most comedians. Now, this is the thing. People think as comics, and I'm gonna tell you the other part of the story. People think as comics, because we got the mic, we're gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not gonna do that. First of all, I don't know your state of mind. I don't know if you crazy, you got a gun in the back. I don't know. And these are the type of clubs, they didn't got no security.
Yeah.
So you run up on me. I called Chris' name 17 times before he came out. By the way, my wife mad at you. I called Chris' name 17 times before Chris finally came out. Hey, what's up, bro? He gone now. He already gone, bro.
Michelle was blocking the freaking the doorway.
Whatever. My wife mad at you. She want me to kick you off the tour.
Yeah.
So
hey, Chris didn't even know he was hanging outside with the dude. He's like, "Wow, man, you watching the show?" Dude's like, "Nah, I just left." All right, man. You ever need a DJ? Hit me up.
I'm sorry, Sean. I didn't know.
Yo. So we kick him out. We finish the show. We do. I'm outside. I'm selling merch. And I'm talking to one lady. The first lady walks up to me. She says, "Why did you kick him out?" I said, "Because he was talking and interrupting the show." Well, I mean, because like he paid, like I don't think you had the mic. You could have just shut him down. I said, "Well, ma'am, all comics don't do that. We ain't at home writing shut down jokes."
Yeah,
I said, and she was up front, so she couldn't hear the back. So I'm like, you couldn't hear him. But as a comic, when I hit my punchline and I stop to set up the next joke and I can hear people talking, now I'm thrown off. Right behind her, Miguel, not making up, this lady came out and said, "I'm glad you kicked him out. He was getting on my damn nerves." I said, "See, that's how you're supposed to be." That lady is mad right now.
Yeah.
But you got sympathy for the drunk dude that was ruining everybody. All y'all grown-ups. Y'all got babysitters. Y'all took time off. Like all y'all came out to enjoy a comedy show.
Yeah,
and this guy
time and energy
wanted
this show
for the night. And that lady was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even think of it that way." I said, "So you wanted me to let him stay and talk?" I mean, well, he had bought a ticket and I just didn't think it was right. Nah, mama. That ain't how this worked. That ain't
and
how
this
none
is my
of this
thing
worked.
is, what did he buy a ticket for? He bought a ticket to watch his show, not to talk.
Yeah.
He could talk outside.
And he was already, what was he, 10 beers in?
Yeah, he was like, no, 9. It was 9 because she like
9 beers
since 5 in the morning or 5 in the afternoon.
So it was besides that, Christy B, if you're ever in Palm Coast, go to Christy B's Comedy Club, Miguel, and it was bike week, so it was a light crowd, but it was a great crowd. It was a light crowd. It was a great crowd, man. But y'all gotta understand people coming to shows. Like, just sit back and enjoy the show. That's it. Just sit back, laugh, drink, enjoy the show, and let us do our thing. Like that, we don't need your help. We ain't asking for your help. We don't want your help. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Hey,
Heckling is
that's
not part of the
all I
show.
got on it, man. That's all I got on
I
it.
tell people like
What?
this, man. Like people are like, "Oh, but heckling is just part of comedy." I'm
No, it's
like,
not.
"No, it happens at comedy shows, but it's not supposed to." That's like overdoses aren't part of nightclubs. They occur, but they're not
Yeah.
supposed to happen, and it's bad when they do. But like people think it's part of the fun. Oh, I paid my nickel. Now I get to yell at the dancing bear. No, man. Like
Was
it's
it
a performance art.
Ken? Was it your story when some guy came up to you after the show? Was like, "Oh, I thought I was helping when he was
Yeah,
heckling."
I dude was heckling, and after the show, he came and said, "Man, my bad. I thought I was helping." And I said, "Well, no." I said, "When I sat down and wrote these jokes, I wasn't like insert loud white dude."
Yeah. I hope Connor comes.
Yeah.
He's great when he's six whiskeys deep.
Yeah, so but we had a good time in Palm Coast. But I wanted to circle back on something, Miguel. Because shout out to Ganja Garden, our sponsor. Y'all know I did my clean month in February. And Miguel, I don't know if have I seen you since I got back on the wagon? Now that
No,
I'm back to
no, no,
drinking.
man. Oh, I didn't want to talk. This is your reverse Ramadan. Now everybody's celebrating Ramadan and they're not eating and they're staying clean. And Ken's on reverse Ramadan now. He's
I'm on
like, give
reverse.
me some monosodium glutate and whiskey.
Bro, so this is my thing because shout out to our sponsor, Ganja Garden. Miguel, has there ever been a time where you took an extended period off of not smoking weed
Yeah,
or
yeah,
edibles?
yeah. I
And
did.
how
I did.
long was it?
Recently, the longest I've done is like 2 months. But I remember one time it was right after I graduated high school. I was like, man, I was thinking like jobs and stuff. And I was like, I want a good job. I think I did like 6 or 7 months just without smoking weed. And even now, guys, I'll be honest, man. Listen, the kid ain't smoked. He plays a character on the radio. But the kid nowadays, man, there'll be times I get home and I'm like, oh, I'd like to smoke and unwind. I'm like, or I could just unwind because I'm old now and I
Just
could
go to
just
sleep.
unwind at any moment.
Just go to
Like
sleep.
I'm basically now fighting to stay awake during the days, not
Well,
not trying to unwind.
the reason I asked you that because I wonder when you got off the wagon and when you
Yeah.
got back to smoking after the 2 months, how did it affect you? And the reason I asked you that when I took Chris was with me. When I took my first drink, dog,
He was gone.
I was so drunk on one drink. I was
Yeah.
so drunk. So, like, does weed have that same effect if you haven't smoked it for a couple of months?
Yes, and I think it also is a little different too because alcohol is pretty regulated, so you know exactly what like percentage of alcohol you're getting and everything. So it's not like you don't know if the last whiskey you drank was as strong as the other one. They're pretty much all the same. They can hit you. With weed, you don't know if you got some fire weed, so you're gonna be even more high, especially because you took like a 2 month break. But I will tell you what the funniest thing is that I even now though now I can't. I used to be able to like smoke weed when I got home, and then I would just chill or whatever. But now I smoke when I get home, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do anything else but go to bed. Like it's now instant sleep for me, and then I have sleepy weed dreams. I'm like, yeah.
What's a good weed dream?
Yeah.
Well, a good weed dream is this. You basically you watching TV and you close your eyes. And now you're dead in the middle of a dream, and it's always in the middle of something. Like it doesn't build up. You just close your eyes, and now you and Biggie instead of Puff are driving the car in reverse, and you like, oh man, I can't believe all these hoes and helicopters are in this video.
Hey man. Hey man, did you just do hypnotize me?
Yeah.
I was just riding along with it.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is my story, man. So my first drink back, I go to Corona, but I still can't smoke because I got the tooth pulled, right?
Yeah.
So I hit up Fat Boy. I said, "Hey, Christopher, meet me at Corona." Chris said, "Cool." I got the lock at Corona. Shout out to Corona downtown. If you ever downtown Corona, look for me. I got the lock. I'm about to be smoking again next week. Chris, what do you say? Maybe two drinks. What you think?
Yeah, I'll give you two. I'll give you two.
I had two. I just got off work, Miguel. So I
Yeah.
walked to Corona from my job. I work across the street. I work upstairs from Jimmy John's, right? I walk across there and I get done with them two drinks and I'm done. I'm slurring, I'm spitting. I'm like, I'm drunk because I hadn't drank in like 28 days. I'm drunk. I said, I gotta sober up because I gotta drive home. So I go to my office, get some water. I drank some water. This was sobered me up, bro. I go to my car and two bicycle cops run up on me in the parking garage. And they say, "Hey, somebody told us somebody in the black car was causing trouble in the parking garage." I'm like, my heart beating on my chest because I've been drinking. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get in trouble. I had my work badge. I said, "Nah, man, I work in this building because I'm parked in my building."
Yeah.
I work in this building, man. I just got off work. It's 8:00, by the way. They was like, "All right, you good?" And I was like, "Okay." I drive downstairs and I'm leaving. The guy who takes the tickets, I says, "Hey, man, you called the police?" He says, "Nah, man, they just be driving through this parking garage messing with people. They trying to find people who smoke weed in their car."
What are animals? You know what you got to do next time, man?
Evil.
You just put a stick in their spokes. Got him.
Bro, Miguel, let me tell you something. Every bit of alcohol I drank came out my body at that moment. It terrified me. And I didn't even, this is the thing. I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, but
That's the thing that's messing with my mentality.
view.
I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but my heart was beating out my chest with them two cops because they came up on me. One was on my driver's side, one was on my passenger side. And I had to cut the car on to pull the window down and show them my work badge. I'm like, I just got off work. They're like, "All right." And I had to call my manager. Like, "Hey, man, the police is right because we own that garage. My job owns that garage." And they was like, my manager like, "All right, we'll look into it." They not, but still, that was my. I was like, "Yeah, man, I was done." But I was just curious about
That's a wild police job. It's like suspects on foot. Oh, damn it, he's in sand. You know, like wait till he gets back on the grass or road. Don't go up those steps. Don't go up those steps. Being a horse cop's the wildest one. I've never been to a crime scene and seen a horse just tied up. He's investigating a homicide, and it's like, when he goes in its butt, let me get the kit, you know? You don't want a horse cop to show up. What happened?
No,
I was assaulted by this man.
When you get arrested, where do you go? That's a
horse cop. They throw you over like Red Dead Redemption.
Right.
They hog tie you and throw you on the side.
Hey, or they pull you in the back like Young Guns too.
Dragon.
I'm a teacher from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
With that being said, man, we gotta take a commercial break, dog. We'll be right. I'm sorry, we'll be right back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair. Go follow us on social media. Send us some comments, man. We're gonna reply back to you, and we're gonna give you a shout out on the radio. Shout out to our the Ganja Garden, our sponsor, and our other sponsor, Kaufman and Land Studios. Do y'all know? It shocked me. It's been 3 years since the Will Smith slap.
It feels like it was last year. Wow. It's been 3 years.
And that's what I said. Yeah. Miguel, I was just about to Facebook that.
Yeah.
It felt like it was just, it's been 3 years since the Will Smith slap. And then it made me think, I don't watch the Oscars.
No.
Like, I don't. I looked at the movie category. I don't know any of the movies. I don't know. I know the actors. Like, shout out to Zoe Saldana, who my wife hates because I got a crush on her. But she like white men, so we good. But I was just like, I'm looking at these movies and I'm like, are movies like food, where our flavor for food is the same when it comes to movies?
No,
because Menace to Society is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Ken,
but
this is where I
the
will
Shape
say,
of Water is not my thing.
yeah, this is where I will say movies are like food when it comes to critics, because a critic will tell you you have to go to La Bombine because they have this shaved lamb carpaccio that's the most delicate and decadent thing you've ever eaten. But they won't say go to Kim's, those oxtails fall apart in your mouth. And that's
Yeah.
how I feel movies are. They'll be like, you got to watch The Shape of Water because what they do in this movie and how it's directed, it nuanced, blah blah blah. You're like, okay, cool. Con Air, no. No? Okay.
Right. Yeah. Hey, nobody here like Face Off but me.
Yeah.
I'm the only
Which
one.
one's playing on TBS right now, wherever you are?
Bro, let me
Right
tell you
now.
something.
Baby boy.
On there, Face Off and The Rock.
John Woo. John Woo, man. When he did
on,
when
man.
John Woo movies face
Right.
off, I'm like, where the Doves and the Two Pistols? This man knows how to
Bro,
write a movie.
Dog, any Jerry Bruckheimer movie.
Jerry
what are we
Bruckheimer
doing,
kills
bro?
it. Yeah, Jerry
That's why I'm
Bruckheimer's
like,
No, what's the other one?
damn, all
Shookmeyer.
three of those are Nicolas Cage movies too.
The
yeah,
Shookmeyer.
all three. All three.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Chris?
Shawshank Redemption?
No, the other director, Shookemeyer.
M. Night Shyamalan?
No. Never mind. Don't worry.
Google
I've been
it
messing
real
up
quick
on
because
it.
I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Chris got a
Yeah.
GED, y'all. He don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes he had a. It was
Sugar Mama?
Jerry
Is that what you said,
It was Jerry
Chris? Or
Bruckheimer and Donnie
He
Simpson.
did some Nicolas Cage movies. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know
Sugar
what you're talking
Mama?
about, but
This movie
look,
directed by Sugar Mama. Hey, Sugar Mama, put
you're
your
talking about a
sandals and your
Madea
house coat
movie.
on.
Hey, for real, Con Air, The Rock, and Face Off.
Face Off.
Dog,
Fire.
gone in 60 seconds.
And here's the thing. Does a movie have to be good because it's great? No, it just has to be good. It has to entertain me. Can I
Yeah.
shut down for a minute and enjoy it? Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies ever. That's a beautifully made movie.
Love it.
Shawshank Redemption is a beautifully made movie.
Love
The
it.
Godfather's a beautifully made movie.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's Oil. There's these movies that you're just like, man, this is beautiful. You know, Meryl Streep's in it. It's fire. Sophie's Choice, amazing. Schindler's List, amazing. But let's be real. There's room for Blade Runner, and there's also room for Running Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give me a. Here's the deal. There are 3 Predator movies that are perfect for me. 4 actually. Predator, amazing. The second best Predator movie is Prey. It would have been the first best, but Predator is just amazing.
Yeah,
Prey's amazing. And then it's a tie between Predator 2 with Danny Glover and Predators with Adrian Brody. But it's okay if you tell me those movies aren't this caliber. No, I know. But right now, tell me right now, if Like Water for Chocolate came on or Predator 2 came on, which one are you willing to watch dead in the middle of the movie while it's on TBS with commercials? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just something to good. These movies are the Philly cheesesteak of movies. You're like, that's good. That's good.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. It's like I would sit here if iRobot is on. I'm watching iRobot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm watching iRobot, dog. Like, dog, we talked about it on the show yesterday. Paid in Full. I watched Paid in Full like I have never seen Paid in Full in my life.
24 Keys right there. Yeah.
Come
Paid
on.
in Full's amazing.
Hey,
Menace
man,
in Society's
my
amazing.
body different, man. My mind different, man. Dude, Above the Rim.
Rocky. Above the Rim's amazing.
Yes.
Rocky.
Hey, man,
and Rocky won the Academy Award. And that's one of those times when
Hey,
I'm like,
man.
cool, man. Cool.
Hey, my wife the other day said, my wife don't even say the N-word. She said, N-word. Are you watching Creed 2 again?
Yeah. It's amazing.
He's fighting Drago's
Creed is
son.
good.
Fighting Drago's son. There's a lot of
He's
beef.
fighting Drago's son, man. What are you talking about, mama?
Dude, Rocky, when I watched Rocky, I remember watching Rocky with this girl. I remember watching with this girl, Nilly, and she was real cute about it. Like, we were cuddled up watching it, and she had so many questions, and she's like, so, like, he didn't win at the end? And I'm like, no, babe, he went the distance. And she's like, yeah, but he, like, didn't win the movie. And I was like, no, babe, it's not about that. She's like, why does he get a movie if he doesn't win? I'm like, because he went the goddamn distance with Apollo Creed. Okay, he was nothing, and he went against the greatest, and he
the
didn't
greatest
win.
heavyweight of all time, bro.
And he didn't win. But you know what he won? He won the respect of the crowd. He won the respect of Apollo. And he rejuvenated Apollo, whose career was getting stagnant because he could whoop everybody. I was like, babe, he went the distance. And she's like, okay, are we going to watch another movie about somebody who doesn't win? I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You went the distance.
I had to Google it, bro. Apollo Creed is 47-2. You know who his two losses is? Rocky and Drago.
Yeah, one time he died.
Yeah, he died, bitch. He dead. What are you talking about, yo?
Miguel, to answer your question, The Color Purple. Mr. didn't win at the end either.
Yeah, nobody won in The Color Purple except for the white man.
Let me tell you something, Miguel. You want to talk about a movie with some trauma? I watched The Color Purple the other day, and I was like, yo, everybody in this movie need therapy. This some trauma, bro.
I watched The Color Purple. I'm just sitting there as a Latino doing like, black people are wild. Eat my syrup.
Some trauma, bro. Yeah.
What's a horrible movie? What's a movie that you have to justify to your wife or your girl that's a good movie that every guy is gonna not like? Rocky. Every guy is gonna be like, it's an amazing movie, and they gotta be like,
I'm gonna tell you straight up, Half Baked.
Oh man, Sean don't like Half Baked.
I gotta explain to my wife Half Baked. She's just like
art.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you the other one. She like, yo, you love this movie, Hancock.
Oh, Hancock's great.
I love Hancock, bro.
Jason Bateman's underrated in Hancock. Him playing the husband.
Yo, you watching it? I Robot's the other one too. She's like, yo, my God, you watching this again? I was like, it's on TV. If it's on TBS, I'm watching.
That's how I am with Shawshank Redemption. And here's the thing about Shawshank Redemption. The minute they beat up the prisoners that are raping Andy, the minute the raping stops, I'm like, I could do 30 years in Shawshank. Yeah. Just hanging out with the homies, working on the roof, playing chess, chopping it up. The minute the sexual assault's gone, I'm like, oh, Shawshank ain't hard time.
No lie, Miguel. 2 years ago, I'm not making this up, was the first time I saw the beginning part about him.
Because you always watch it on TBS or something, huh?
Yeah. I had never seen the beginning of Shawshank until like 2 years ago. I was like, yo, what he in here for? What did he do? He's selling fentanyl back in the 20s. What did he do, bro? Let me think. I'm trying to think, man. What movies? CB4.
Oh, that's
CB4 is another movie. CB4 is another movie where my wife is like, there's a movie called Fear of a Black Hat.
I know Fear of a Black Hat.
That's one of that was our movie in the field.
NWH.
In Words with Hats. When we were in the field, we watched that movie.
Ice Froggy Frog.
I bust a cap in you, bro.
I like when the dude's showing off the guns, and she's like, do you know the caliber of these guns? Yeah, this one's if you got to shoot a couple mother effers. This one's if a bunch of mother effers show up. This is like if there's 2 cars of mother effers.
When he pulled the bomb out, he said, yo, this some Acme. I was like, Bugs Bunny me, bro. I just wanted it because blood.
Yeah. There's definitely guy movies, and then there's here, I think there's this is the thing that gets like nowadays we're not supposed to say that there's like gender culture and all this, we're getting all of that stuff. It becomes a big deal. Yeah, but there's just stuff that's just more geared towards the American female culture and the American male culture. I say America because I don't know how it works outside of the States really, but I know this. Growing up, black or white, Spanish, Italian, Asian, every American woman I knew growing up rented Steel Magnolias at least once.
Oh, 100%.
And that's an amazing movie. First of all, that's an amazing movie.
It's so good they made a black one.
Yeah, bless their heart. They tried,
Yeah.
But it's but that's the thing. Like there was just movies that transcended race. Every dude, no matter what race he was, watched Rocky. Yeah. That was it, man. And then you got
a lot of us watch Rocky because Eddie Murphy did the Rocky joke.
Yeah, that was a big one. Come on. And that's another one. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
Beverly Hills Cop. And everybody watched it. And it was one of those where it's like, I don't know if that's just because like it was pushed upon you by masculine culture or feminine, but it worked. Because to this day, any man my age of any racial makeup who grew up in the United States, if Rocky's on, whether we have things to do or not, we can watch it from the beginning to end. No issue with it.
No issue.
And it's
It
just
can have
geared to us.
commercials, and we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight through.
We were talking about like movies that were like chick flicks. I would tell you this: The Notebook is. Can watch it. I watched it. I was on a flight, and the flight was bumpy, and I cut The Notebook on. Now, me and Sean didn't sit together because it was Southwest, so you pick your seats.
Yeah.
And I like to sit over the wing because it's not as bumpy.
Yeah.
And she wanted the window seat, so I'm sitting next to this black chick, and she taps me. She's like, "You what? N-word? You watching The Notebook?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Man, that's my movie." I said, "Okay, stop right there. Got a whole ass wife."
Yeah.
That lady put her headphone. My wife right there. She just don't like to sit up here. She was like, But The Notebook and Serendipity are probably my two white movies, bro.
Mike Busey has Serendipity tattooed on his arm, and I make fun of him about it every day because he loved that movie.
Bro.
I'll tell you
Chris,
what, baby. I don't know.
What's your white movie, Chris? Chris, we can't hear you, man.
I'll answer for him. I'm a big fan of Marley and Me. Because I hate dogs. This is Chris Alexander. I hate dogs. So at the end, when Marley dies, I get excited.
Hey, what was you about to say, Miguel? This dweeb don't know how to work a microphone.
Yes, I do.
DJ don't know how to work a microphone.
All right.
What's your cross-racial movie?
Okay, The Time Traveler's Wife, The Other Sister, and
The Other Boland Sister?
No, The Other Sister.
Oh, The Other Sister. Okay.
I don't know that movie.
The one where she got special needs one?
Yeah, the special need girl she falls in love with a mentally handicapped kid.
I don't know that movie at all.
We're getting married, Daniel.
Okay, we gotta get up out of here, man. We gotta get up out of here. We had a good ass time tonight. We had a good time these past two shows, man. Shout out to James John in Tallahassee and Jeff Kaufman from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn. Also, make sure you check out the Ganja Garden, our two sponsors, man. We appreciate that. Miguel, where you at this weekend, player?
This week, I'm in Sanford with Spunky Robinson and James Yon. We are going to be performing on a riverboat. Ooh, old school style, man. Old New Orleans style riverboat riding. It's Comedy Dinner Cruise with Spunky Robinson, Miguel Colon Jr., and James Yon. And that is aboard the Barbara Lee. And you can go to rivershiptix.com or call 321-441-3030 for tickets.
Christopher, what you got going on this weekend?
I'll be DJing a boxing event on the 8th, so I'll be doing
Creed
that.
7?
Yeah, pretty much.
Make sure you don't bring that damn microphone because apparently you don't know how to work it.
I'll fix it.
Hey, man, this Saturday, Melbourne, Florida, I will be in Pineapples, man. At Pineapple, so hit me up, man. If you need tickets, hit me up. I'll send you the link for it. But in Melbourne this Saturday, I will be at Pineapples. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. All new shows this week. We will see you next week. That is Teddy Vermont. That is Miguel Colon Jr. Miguel, tell them what to do.
Take your ass to bed. And my black movies are anything with Lexington Steel.
Oh, good night.